You know that I could get you more, a little more, whatever you need, what you need.
Hi guys, it's Elias and today I'm back for a new video. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I did the map part for Ariel's Smoke and Mirrors map. So yeah, we're starting out in VideoStar, which is the program I normally use for like map parts and typography, those type of things. So yeah, what you can see me do right now is I'm removing the background of my character in case you're not like really familiar with the program VideoStar. I'm currently in the multi-layer section, which is a really handy tool that I use like all the time. And I think they updated it so you can use one layer for free, but you have to pay for the rest. I don't know how, but I got them for free somehow. So yeah, you have to pay for that. And the program is only on iOS, in case you don't know, so sorry Android users. And yeah, I'm just like editing like the keyframes, and for the part when she says something like in the music, I made the character fade in somehow and like bounce in this kind of transition kind of thing. And I'm just setting the keyframes so that it looks good and is like on time. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. The map part took me around, I think it took me like 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, like that. And if you take a look at the channel or have seen a video, you might know that I uploaded the map part like 1 month ago. And that's why like I wanted to upload this video 1 week after the map part, because well, my first language is not German and making those voiceovers is like a horror, since I don't like talking to people. Sorry, but talking gives me a really hard time. So it normally takes me a bit, and then after the map part, like a little bit after I've uploaded it, I uploaded my second last GLMM, sorry, can't talk, which was called My Own Story. And after that I was really burned out and I hadn't finished the voiceover, and every time I went back into the project I was like, okay, I'm going to redo this voiceover because it's crap. Which is also part of why I don't listen to my voiceovers before I like upload a video on YouTube, because they're horrible. And I hate hearing my own voice, but I feel like that's normal for people. And yeah, kind of off topic. So I'm going to start talking about the video again, because I'm like really trying to help you guys in case you want to edit with VideoStar. And yeah, what you can see me do right now is I'm like adding the keyframes for the text, and the video thing, like the lyrics of the music part that I have, go like, all you have to do is say that you'll be true, and I will let her go right now. I think that's it. I'm not sure though. It's like 1 month since I've made the part, so I could be wrong. And yeah, so you can see how I did the character transition. So she's bouncing in from the left, and yeah, now I'm adding the text. When you're familiar with typography, you probably already know this, but when I do typography, what I do normally is like for every word that I slide in or transition in, I use a different font because it makes it look really fancy. And in case you're wondering, I get my fonts from, I think the website is called dafont.com, and it's a really good website because on it you can find like every font you could ever imagine, and it's really helpful when you just want to get something new, and everything you find on there is for free, so that's really handy in case you want to get some new fonts. And yeah, I could make like a video showing all the fonts I have on my phone and explaining how to download fonts in case you're interested in that. And yeah, like right now I'm adding another color thing. So in case you don't know how to do this, you have to go to like another layer and you select insert color. And what that does is it inserts like your entire screen in one color that you can select on, like you can make it your own color basically with the color wheel and then those options, sliders, things that you have, which is honestly one of my favorite things, because when you do typography with, for example, KineMaster or CuteCut, you have to make those shapes yourself, I think. I mean, you don't have to do them all yourself because you can add shapes in KineMaster, but you can't add like all your shapes, and it's just way more difficult in KineMaster than it is here, because here you can select every single color you want and you can basically make your own color palette. So yeah, that's another reason why I like using VideoStar. And yeah, where was I? I was talking about the shapes and how to do them. Right. So, sorry, getting off topic. So what I do to insert the shapes is, once I have inserted it, so it's like on the like full screen, what I do is I go to mask and then I select a shape that I want it to be in. So if I want to like have a heart or a star, I just insert that, and then I can size, like change the size and opacity and really everything. That's praising the program. That's something I love about VideoStar, and I'm not sponsored, by the way. I think I've seen only like 1 or 2 gacha tubers who got sponsored once, and I was like, wow, that you can do that with gacha videos, but what do I know? I'm just like a small idiot living her life. So yeah, I should keep talking about the video, but I don't really know what to say because past me is just adding tags and shapes. So yeah, you know, in tutorial videos when people blur out their camera roll because there are pictures of them? Yeah, I don't do that because I don't have any pictures on my phone that are like not YouTube or gacha related. Probably all I have on my phone are like screenshots for my movies or like speed paint stuff like that. And I don't need to blur that out because it's all on YouTube already. So yeah, it just makes me think about how like non-existent my social life is, but yeah, I'm pretty much used to it by now. So yeah, what you can see me do right now is I'm making like one of those fancy transitions where the entire screen goes up. And I'm at the part of the song where she says, all you have to. Like, I haven't even finished like one line of the song. That's a good example for how long typography takes. And I'm doing easy typography, like making the things fade in and out, come from the sides. There are people doing really crazy stuff on YouTube, and I'm so jealous because I just can't do that. I'm not talented. Like, everything you see here is blah. I don't know, like, I'm okay, but I'm not good. So that's also point of why I don't like doing tutorials, because there are always people that say, ha, I'm better than you. And I just feel bad for like giving advice in topics that I'm not really educated in. So that's if I were to tell you how great it is to be a marine biologist, even though I'm like 15 and I have no idea what that's about. I mean, biology, I guess, and the sea and like water, but I'm not educated enough to give you any advice. And it's pretty weird to like what's the word? Compare. That's it. It's pretty weird for me to compare it to a YouTube tutorial, or like nobody cares about it anyway, and it's probably not helping anyone. So I shouldn't worry about it too much, but still, it makes me kind of anxious that I'm just like talking for 41 minutes and people are listening to me. I mean, I'm like 10 minutes into the video, so most of you have probably clicked off. And yeah, if you haven't clicked off, like, leave a certain emoji in the comment section. I think I've done it like I don't know, last year sometimes in one video. And yeah, what emoji? Like that, a unicorn emoji. Okay, thanks. So I should probably go back and talk about the edit now. So right now I'm like editing the font. So I have another font because like every time I insert a text I use another font, and I think I've talked about this already, and I'm kind of running out of topics, but you've probably noticed that by now. So yeah, I'll just put some music in here like until something interesting happens that I feel like I need to talk about, because some of you might not understand without proper knowledge of video star. So yeah, enjoy the background music and have fun at your break without my voice. Okay, my voice is back, so I hope you enjoyed your break from me, because now I'm back and I will haunt you forever. Okay, so what you can see me do right now is I finished the first section, and I will merge it so I don't have like a million of small clips that don't really belong together. And now moving on to the next section. So what I do first is I split the scenes so I have two and don't have a huge section to work with. Because in case you don't know, whenever you like finish adding like one line or some kind of text to a section, you probably like the smart thing to do is you export it and then just move on to the next lyric you have. And the smaller the section is, the faster it exports, which is pretty handy to know because you can, like, what's the word, save a lot of time with that. I don't know, I'll have to, like, eat a dictionary for the next time I do a voiceover. But for now, I'll just keep on going. So, what she'll do in the next shot is she'll walk, like, next to, she walk towards him and then leave the screen. And he'll walk with her. So what I decided to do, that's what I decided to do. And how I will do it is I'll just change the keyframes and like decide where she is at what point of the music. And I think I'm adding in like a little thing that so that she just doesn't go in a straight line. So what you can see me do right now basically. Oh, yeah, I know what you can see me do right now. It's like a huge mess and it looks so weird. So I didn't decide to go with that. I just see it in GLMVs all the time. And I just can't do it. I'm still working on it, but I will be able to do it sometime. At least I hope so. And yeah, at this point of the video, I'm quite unsure of where I want to place the characters and how I want them to like go. And I was like, okay, that boy's pretty boring, so I'll just have him follow her, because what else would you do when somebody kidnapped your friend, sister, girlfriend, whatever? Basically, I don't know if the song's really about that, but every time I see a video about it, it's like basically a yandere girl kidnapping a girl of her who's like in love with senpai, basically her love interest. And I mean, I've never seen a gacha life video, like smoke and mirrors video, that's not about that topic. So I was like, okay, surely she kidnapped someone. And at first I wanted to do like a magic battle, but it didn't really fit the lyrics. And I was like, come on, I don't have to be the only magical person in there. I can just be boring. So I did it this way. So she kidnapped someone who we will be able to see in the next shot. At least that's the story I have for this OC that we'll probably never see again. And yeah, something that's like kind of really difficult to do with, what's it called, Video Star, is when you want to like have your characters change the pose without them disappearing for a short time or like overlapping. And that's something I still struggle with, and I don't know if there's a better solution to do it. So yeah, it was kind of difficult getting the boy to walk after her because he was standing there looking at her, and then he had to change in the walking pose and just follow her like a dog, I guess. And I struggled with that for quite some time, but I managed to pull it off, I think. And you can still see him disappear for like split of a second, not more, really not more. And it's not that bad, but still every time I see it I have to like click the video off because I think it's so horrible. And also like the fact that I edited this like 1 month ago doesn't make it any better because I have improved a little bit, because time makes you better and practice, yay. And I don't really know what I'm talking about, to be honest. And I'm like just adding the keyframes so it's following her, and I have no idea why there are so many keyframes or why that is necessary, but Past Me managed to pull it off, I guess, so congrats. I don't know why I'm talking that weird, I'm sorry. Normally I talk a bit faster when I talk English, but today I just can't seem to pull it off. Also, I have a really good excuse. I have 2 excuses today. So the first one is that my first language is German and not English, which I've said before. And the second one is that I got my lower braces this week. So I'm still like not really able to talk normally. And it's pretty annoying because I like can't eat apples, for example, and that's honestly the thing that annoys me the most. Like, I am able to use half of my teeth, but the other half not, and I just forget while eating, and I almost bite some teeth out of my mouth, and I hate it. And I've almost bitten my tongue off, like, I think it was Tuesday or Monday. And I shouldn't laugh about this because it really hurt. But, oh well. So, yeah, I'm still adding the keyframes. Oh, right now I was going to add like a little panning where the camera follows her and then like trails after them after they walk out of the screen, and I found that idea was really cool, but it just did not work out, so I gave up. And right now I'm starting to edit the next section, I think. And yeah, I'm basically doing it like I did the other sections. I would have sped it up a bit more, but the last time I did a watch me edit, some people in the comments asked me whether I could like not make it too fast so that they could see what I'm doing and like that it's easier to follow, which yeah, I get that they want that, but because well, when watching a tutorial you want to learn something, and I get that they want to see which buttons I'm pressing, which is, you gotta praise Video Star again. When you're screen recording, your like the finger and what you touch, it turns into this circle. So when you screen record it and rewatch it, you can see what you touched and like what you press and like that stuff. So it's really good for making tutorials and stuff like that. So moving on, right now you can see the section where she's like moving past him and he follows her. And yeah, I'm just deleting some frames because I don't know, I'm one of those people who like to, like, for example, when I'm cooking, and I can barely cook, by the way, and I just can't do other things until I've cleaned up the mess I've made. So, yeah, that's just what I do. And yeah, let's talk about the editing a bit more. So, I'm just moving on to the next section where they are not on the screen anymore and the lyrics will continue. So I'm just finding a new font, and yeah, right there you can see the UI of Video Star, and what I really like about it is that it's really easy to use and kind of self-intuitive, because you just look at it and you see what you want to do, and there are like not really limitations to what you are able to do, because the program is just really good in my opinion. And yeah, so right now I'm adding the keyframes of the word that I put in. I don't know, words are failing me right now. So I feel like the hardest part about typography is probably coming up with how you want to display the words and how you want to make them transition in so that it looks kind of aesthetic and not out of place, because you have like a type of music and you have to decide, what do I want, like, to have a character on screen, and or do I just want to have the lyrics, and how do I want to mix them so that it looks good and there's not too much of one of them, and so that it's good balanced, if you get what I mean. So yeah, right now I'm doing a really fancy transition, so let me explain that. How this works is basically you import, like, you put as layers, 2 layers with the last frame of the previous scene, which you can put in when you go like plus new layer and then insert photo, and then it says that and shows the frame, and you insert those, and then you go to mask and you select it, so like the first layer has the top half of the picture and the other layer has the bottom half, and then you just edit the keyframe so that they move to like the top and the bottom, and there's this thing in the middle where you have text, and I really like this really like this transition because I think it looks really cool and fancy. And yeah, I've seen some people do typography where they do that all the time and it looks really cool, because they just have like a million words that are transitioning all from the middle. And sometimes it goes on like this for 8 seconds with like a million of lyrics, which gets a little bit repetitive, but if you look at it, you're just so mesmerized because it looks so cool. And yeah, I'm getting off topic again, so what you can see me do, like past me do right now, is I'm adding the character who got kidnapped, apparently, and I'm blurring the screen behind her so that she pops out a little bit more, because she's wearing blue and that makes her the polar opposite of the main character, who's a yandere and is wearing red. And yeah, I'm probably putting too much thought into my characters for like a 10-second video, but oh well. So in case you're wondering how I blur the screen behind her, is I just put like the first and the second layer of the multi-layer tool are both the background, which is the thing I explained earlier, the last frame of the previous scene, I think. And the second one is blurry, and then you just make it like fade in slowly so that it looks like you're blurring the background. And I like to do this a lot because it's a really neat tool to help you, like, to help like the viewer and show where they should focus on and what's important in the scene right now, if you get what I mean. Also, it's like kind of muting the colors a little bit so that they don't pop out as much in case you want to put something new. And it makes it basically clash less. So right now I'm doing the I don't really know what I'm saying. So sorry. I'm doing the lyrics where it says "Let Her Go," as you can read on the screen, and I love that font. It's like hanging letters, and I think that's what what it's called, but I'm not sure. And what I love to do with this font is I just like to make it hang from like the screen, like the top of the screen ceiling. Is that a word? I don't know. And yeah, just like letting it slowly come from the top onto the screen. I really liked it because it looks like it's really hanging and you just put it at the top. And yeah, after that, the character will transition in with like a slowly fading thing so that she comes from the bottom. And yeah, I think that scene ended up being really cool because so much is happening at once, and at the same time you know exactly what you have to look at because it's not hard or like too much. It's just busy but not too busy, if you get what I mean. So at this point of time, I have decided that I just won't do the "Let Her Go" thing in like one layer, and I will do it in 3 so that it just, instead of "Let Her Go," it comes down at once. Comes down as the music is like saying that and playing. So it goes "Let Her Go" instead of "Let Her Go." And that's way better in my opinion because it makes the viewer like follow what's there, because that's the thing about typography. You're not just adding the lyrics on the screen, you're making it look like something really interesting and new, because making a lyrics video is not that hard. I could like give me a song that's 3 minutes long, it would take me half an hour to make a lyrics video out of that. And typography takes so much longer because 1, you have to figure out what you're doing. 2, you have to make the OCs, which is actually one of my favorite parts because I just love making new OCs. But they do take me really long because I'm such a perfectionist. And yeah, what you have to do then is like, once you figure out what you're doing, start inserting things and just like figure out what looks good for you. So I'm really picky when it comes to those things. So that takes me really, 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 really long. And it's not even funny anymore because I just sit there and selecting what I do. And then once I finish the scene and I don't like it, I just do it again, because I wouldn't upload a video that I don't like personally, because if I don't like my videos, why would my viewers like it? If you get what I mean. And I'm totally off topic again, and I should really get back to talking about the editing because I want to help you. So in case you have any questions regarding like my editing or stuff like that, please ask in the comments. I will try to reply to everyone and, well, help. But before you comment your question, maybe look down to the comments if there is like already a person who asked that, and look if I have answered them already, because I don't like repeating myself, if you get what I mean, like without me sounding like really mean right now. In case I do, I'm sorry. But yeah, right now I'm doing the let her go right now. So I think I figured out how the music goes. It's like all you have to do is say that you'll be true and I will let her go right now. I think that's the entire thing, but I have no idea, to be honest. So yeah, I've decided to like do the let her go thing on top and the right now thing at the bottom. And I feel like, do you see the font that I used in the middle where it says I think it says "and I will"? Yeah, that's honestly I think my favorite font, probably because it looks so cool, and I think it's like called Cute Stitches or something like that. At this point I'm thinking like should I do a video showing my fonts, which I think I've already talked about earlier, but it's been half an hour. I'm really proud of myself that I've talked for this long, even though I'm stuttering a lot, so I'm sorry for that, but yeah, I'm trying my best. So it looks like we're done with the scene, but when I exported it, I don't know, I think the timing was off, and it started a little bit too late or too early or something like that. So yeah, that's something I discover like really often with typography, and it's really really annoying. So because when your timing is off or something doesn't look right and you've already exported a scene, you can't go back, so you have to do it all again. And I thought of like cutting it out or like just editing it out, if you get what I mean. But then I thought, well, that's the dark side of typography. I'll just leave it in so you guys can see me suffer right now. And the good thing is that I already knew what I was going to do. So I knew which fonts I wanted to use and how I wanted them to transition into like the screen. And yeah, knowing that is crucial when you want to do like long typography, because it would take like ages to do it without any planning. So yeah, by the way, I'm thinking of doing a kind of just a typography video where I have like a short music track and I just do typography and upload it as just typography without any map that it belongs to or something like that. So in case you made it this far, which I don't know why, but thank you, you could comment down below whether you want to like see me do that, because my typography is not really good, but I think the more often I do it, the better I will get. So yeah, practice makes perfect. I think that's what it is in English. In German, it's Übung macht den Meister, which is, I don't know, it's weird too. It's like if you were to translate it from German word to word to English, it'd be practice makes master, makes them master, or something like that. And it sounds really weird. So translation is the enemy, I guess. But yeah, German is just really weird. Okay, let me talk about something that's been like the bane of my existence for ages. So you guys know Frozen 2, right? Where that's the song that's called Into the Unknown. Yeah, in German it's Wo noch niemand war, which translated to English would be Where nobody has ever been, which doesn't make any sense because there are people living there. So like, why? It doesn't make sense, and it's just so bad, and the lip syncing is horrible because it just doesn't fit at all. I don't know why I'm like so angry at the translation, because it like really is not important, because I just can listen to it in English. But when I was sitting in the cinema, and of course I was watching it in German, I was just cringing. Also, the older I get, the more I notice how bad translations really are, and it's like so exhausting to watch it, and I'm just suffering the entire time. But yeah, Frozen, I have it downloaded on Amazon Prime now, and I can watch it in English now as often and long as I want. So yeah, that's great. So back to the video, because now I can talk about something again. So we have moved on to the just don't lie part at the end of the part. So yeah, I have decided to make like, you know, when you watch a video and they want to make it dramatic, so you have the things in black and then there's one thing in red, because red is like this aggressive color that's often like referred to and like related to because of like blood and stuff like that. So I decided to just make it easy because I didn't really want to spend more time on this because it's just the map part and I was sitting on it for like 3 to 4 hours. So I just decided to make the words just don't lie fade in and out after each other, and to have like a dramatic thing at the end. I decided to have the lie thing be red, and I regret not making it like a darker red, which would be better, but I made it like this really saturated red, like this red that you see on the screen right now, and it looks kind of weird and I don't like the color, but it's the red that I was going for like with the rest of the video, so I just decided to leave it like that. And yeah, that's the thing about doing gacha videos. At the end, you're just so unmotivated that you're cutting corners, which of course is a bad thing. But once you're done with the project, you don't really look back on it, so it doesn't really matter. For example, when I was working on my first Gacha Life mini movie, or Gacha Life movie, Just Pretend, at the end I was like, yeah, we don't really need that scene. Why does she need to talk to Hannah anymore? She's like so unimportant. Which is rude because Hannah is one of my favorite characters. And at the end I was just cutting corners because I was so annoyed. And the great thing is that like when you're doing gacha videos and nobody knows what's going to happen, if you're cutting corners, nobody will notice. Nobody missed that scene in the movie where Hannah was talking to Gabrielle about Dylan. Nobody missed that, and it was okay because it didn't really matter at all. So yeah, now you know my dark little secret. So yeah, we're 73 minutes in as I'm talking right now. I don't know if I'll like change the video that I'm talking over after I'm done with the voiceover. But yeah, I've been talking for a while. My throat is kind of sore and it took me a lot of attempts to talk. And this one isn't really good, so oh well, I think I'll be keeping it anyway, so yeah, the screen has faded to black and we're at the end of my editing process, and I hope it helped you in any way. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. I will try to reply to all of your questions and help you as much as I can. And yeah, here's the final product. I'll probably mute it due to copyright reasons. Yeah, in case you want to watch it with the audio, I'll link the full video in the description. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, my little gum gums.